unlike animal cells which do. Plasma membrane, unlike animal cells which do. Cell wall, animal cell plasma membrane. Cell wall atoms protective covering of plant, it is cellulose. Animal cells lack of cell wall. A mature plant cell has large vacuole found in center of the cell, while nucleus is found close to periphery. But in the animal cells, small, numerous, and temporary vacuoles are found. Periphery. Cellular and molecular control of a programmed cell. Death is known as cellular and molecular control of programmed cell. Known as apoptosis. Cellular and molecular control of a programmed cell death. It is a condition that initiates when the occurs a sudden removal of the survival signals or a dissociation from neighboring cells. This is also one of the methods by which the body used to get rid of unneeded of abnormal cells. Play the most significant role in protein synthesis. Actually, molecular control of the programmed cells death. Cellular and molecular control of programmed cell death, known as the apoptosis, is a condition that initiates when there occurs a sudden removal of the survival signals or disassociation from neighboring cells. This is also one of the methods by which the body used to get rid of unneeded of abnormal cells. Body used to get rid of unneeded or abnormal cells. There occurs a sudden removal of the survival signals or dissociation from neighboring cells. Protein synthesis both endoplasmic reticulum and ribosome. Cellular and molecular control program cell death. Body used to get rid of unneeded abnormal cells. The condition that initiates when there occurs a sudden removal of survival signals. Molecular control. A programmed cell death is known as apoptosis. Both the endoplasmic reticulum and the ribosome play the most significant role. Reticulum in an irregular network of the double membrane. Ribosome are the small granules either scattered in the cytoplasm or attached to the raw endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is an irregular network of double membrane. What is the organelle in the cell other than nucleus contain DNA? The cell other than nucleus contains DNA. Mitochondria is the organelle in the cell other than nucleus which contains DNA. Apart from mitochondria, chloroplasts also possess their own DNA. Mitochondria is the organelle in the cell other than nucleus. DNA. Apart from mitochondria, chloroplasts also possess their own DNA. Chloroplast, which is circular in the nature. The mitochondrial DNA contains 37 genes, which are essential for the normal function of mitochondria. Which one of the following statement Regarding starch and cellulose is not correct. Correct, starch and cellulose. Starch and cellulose are carbohydrates. Starch, cellulose derived from plant. They are complex carbohydrate made of a repeating unit of glucose molecules. Or made of repeating unit of glucose molecules, resulting in polymers. In contrast, cellulose is a primary component of a plant cell. Plant cell wall. It supports and rigidifies plant cells. It supports and rigidify plant cells. Cellulose molecules create a long straight chain joined by the hydrogen bonds, resulting in strong and stable structure. In glucose molecules, resulting in polymers. In contrast, cellulose is the primary component of plant cell wall. It supports and rigidifies plant cells. Cellulose molecules create long, straight chain joined by hydrogen bonds, resulting in a strong and stable structure. Cellulose molecules create long, straight chain joined by hydrogen bond. Long, straight chain. Hydrogen bond, resulting in strong and stable structure. Cellulose molecules. Both starch and cellulose are made up of glucose molecules. The structure differs about plant characteristics and functions. While iodine reacts with starch to generate a distinctive blue-black hue, it does not react to cellulose in the same manner. Iodine cellulose does not change the color. Starch glucose. Unit of glucose molecules. Carbohydrate made of repeating, resulting in polymers. In contrast, cellulose is a primary component of plant cell walls. It supports and rigidifies plant cells. Cellulose molecules create a long straight chains joined by the hydrogen bonds. Cellulose, resulting in a strong and stable structure. While both starch and cellulose are made up of glucose, the structure difference affect plant characteristic and function. Iodine. Alpha keratin is a protein present. Alpha keratin. Alpha keratin is a protein present in skin. This type of fibrous structural protein found in vertebrates and made up of amino acid. They form a repeating secondary structure. Keratin protein serves as important structural and protective function, particularly in the epithelium. Some keratin have also been found to regulate key cellular activities, cell growth and protein synthesis. Keratin protein serves as important structural and protective function. Epithelium. Some keratin have also been found to regulate key cellular activities such as cell growth and protein synthesis. Found in vertebrates made of amino acid form a repeating secondary structure. Keratin protein serve as important structural and protective function. Fat present below the skin surface in our body. Fat present below the skin surface in the body act barrier against heat, loss of heat from the body. Fat present below the skin barrier against the loss of heat from the body. The skin is the largest organ in our body, which covers whole body. The skin comprises of different layers, which include muscle cells and fat tissue. The deposited fat works as a barrier, which prevents loss of heat from the body. thus help in temperature regulations. Temperature regulation. Actually, photosynthesis. 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 Plasma. Chloroplast. Mineral uptake. Respiration. Mitochondria. Photosynthesis. Protein synthesis. Ribosome. Mineral uptake. Actually, photosynthesis process by which green plants prepare their own food. Sugar. Sunlight. Food sugar presence in sunlight. It takes chloroplast leaves. Mineral uptake cells regulated by semi-permeable membrane. Mineral. Plasma membrane. Respiration cell performed by the cell organ called mitochondria. Protein synthesis. Oxygen. Oxygen nutrients are converted into adenosine diphosphate mitochondria. Oxygen or nutrients converted. The energy currency cell. Protein synthesis performed in protein factories of the cell, also called ribosome. These are granular structure formed inside the cytoplasm. Granular structure composed of RNA proteins. RNA proteins.